Very happy to be here. I think
LinX4Rail is an important element of the Shift2Rail joint undertaking. This is the predecessor to Europe's rail joint undertaking.
LinX4Rail and LinX4Rail-2's missions and objective was to develop a railway system architecture in order to facilitate and speed up the implementation of new technologies in the railway community.
LinX4Rail and LinX4Rail-2 describe the railway system architecture as it is today, with its pain points, and provides some recommendations in order to improve the railway system architecture. Task 1 system pillar will describe the 2B architecture, and Task 1 will need the pain points and the recommendations from LinX4Rail and LinX4Rail-2.
LinX4Rail will bring to the system pillar the background in terms of general system modeling, and also the CDM, which is based on ontologies and will facilitate the exchanges of data between these subsystems, and also the implementation of the new technologies into the railway system.
The system approach is embedded in the way that the railways think about the evolution of the system. We can't just invent a product over here, a product over here. We need to understand how it works as a whole. That was the principle established in LinX4Rail that's taken over into the system pillar.
In Task 1, we need to define the future performance of the railway system architecture, how to increase the number of trains, how to increase the capacity.
The other element, I think, is a collaborative approach. So LinX4Rail has worked across the whole sector, the railways and suppliers, and that's now been formalized within the system pillar approach.
The main achievements that we can talk about is the actual definition of the ontology dictionary, the framework itself. It is an intangible asset. It will be enriched by new use cases, and these use cases should be able to enrich the CDM.
Before that, it was more case-specific, particular-specific on certain things, one-to-one relationships between railways and suppliers, and LinX4Rail was an important step to put it into a broader context. In every implementation, took a local flavor, and that's an insight that the entire sector gained. We need to overcome this, and there's only one way: harmonize operation, and it starts with finding a common language, finding a common architecture, and then decide on where to converge and which interfaces to deal with, but not only from the technical systems, just as well from operating and from interacting with other stakeholders, other modes of transport and so on.
For example, in Shift2Rail we had some silos, so there were operators, there were infrastructure managers, there were industry, and they were working in their own interest. Now we really try to always have a look on the system. What is good for the system, and what can be agreed by all the stakeholders of the sector. And this, I think, is the main achievement. And the LinX4Rail, as I mentioned, the architecture work, CBO and also CDM are important bases for this work to continue. So we have flagship project 1 on traffic management system. So an overall European traffic management system covering all the railways, all the countries in the same way. So we have a throughput of operation on a more easier basis. Second one is ATO, of course. ATO is very important. ATO over ETCS, so in the end the question, how can we further develop ETCS to cover also ATO functions? And then the third topic I would like to address is the FP5, working on the DAC and the full digital train operation, so enhancing and increasing the efficiency of the rail freight business in general.
An important part of the deliverables is the common data model, which is a base for the common way of exchanging data between the suppliers, the railway undertakings, infrastructure managers, etc.
The main achievement of LinX4Rail actually was that the system architecture was uptaken by the joint undertaking, Europe's Rail, more quickly than expected without waiting for the end of the project, and developing with broader and dedicated means the full railway system architecture.
What's important for us is that all this work continues with attentions or goals. The first one is focusing on what's necessary from a business perspective, not only having a technical view but also a business-oriented view. And the second one is a balance between harmonization and costs.
I think we have both technical issues that we need to develop further, and we also have different laws and different regulations within different countries in Europe that also needs to be taken care of, so we find a solution that fits for everybody in that sense.